Hey guys, and welcome back to the final part of the Pokemon Omega Ruby playthrough. We have come back to the Hoenn Pokemon League to basically kick around the Elite Four, and Steven as well, can't forget Steven, for a second time.
Everyone forgets Steven now that he's lost.
Oh, nice to see you made your way back here from the battle results, didn't it?
Although, you know, I always did like doing this in the old Pokemon games. I liked going back to the Elite Four, beating them up over and over, and getting more money that I can spend on shit I don't really need.
Especially when their teams change, which doesn't happen in every game, sadly. It didn't happen in X and Y, but it does here, which is a nice change of pace, but consistent Game Freak ain't. So, let's get on with it. I've brought a few friends along for the ride, Helldragon. Some of you may be happy to see.
A few friends? Did you bring along who I thought you brought along? T-Zoc!
Huzzah!
The man! He's back in the ring!
Oh, by God, here comes the flying press. Oh, but Scrafty leads with Intimidate.
Oh, T-Zoc, it's been good to see you, man. How you doing? You doing fine? Getting booked well, I hope.
He can't respond, Helldragon. He's simply a string of data.
Yes, but just let me believe, would ya?
Yeah, I brought T-Zoc, Magnamaster, and Goosebumps from the X playthrough.
Wait, you didn't bring Clamps? I wanted to see the Clamps.
Clamps was underleveled, and I didn't really feel like leveling her up.
Fine.
Sydney's old team was comprised of Mightyena, Shrifty, Cacturne, Sharpedo, and Absol. But his new team is Scrafty, Shrifty, Sharpedo, Zoroark, Mandibuzz, and a Mega Absol. Yes, the Elite Four use Mega Pokemon this time around.
That's like 4 or 5 S sounds that I have trouble pronouncing. Are you sure I should be here for this?
That's why I took point on that one, mate. Don't you worry, I got you back.
Alright. Still fighting on the surface of the sun. I will never get what this has to do with dark types. You would think the arena would be more shadowy and sinister, or whatever, theme Sydney's got going, but nope, it's super bright apparently.
No, we just have a roulette wheel, and whatever it lands on, that's the environment the field is.
Although, you know what, now that I think about it, you can't have darkness without light. Remember?
Yeah, very philosophical and wanky, Helldragon.
What? I like that comment until you added the second part on the end of that. I was just pointing something out, alright?
I find this kind of weird. Usually the Mega Pokemon will be the one that comes out last, so I don't know what Cindy's playing at here.
I don't know, I just assume he's driven by bad AI. That's just me.
Possibly. RNG fuckery and all that.
But, well, it's too late, because we're going to uppercut him in the face.
I think there may be a bit of fuckery going on. Yep, there's Zoroark.
But what?
That's its special ability. It can turn into other Pokemon to trick you.
Clever girl. Oh yeah, we did a movie commentary based on that.
Yeah, the Master of Illusion.
Yeah, it's been so not long ago that I completely forgot.
Professional. Only professionalism here at HellfireComms.
Yeah, I'm as professional as you expect me to be on YouTube. I mean, come on. Have you seen the competition?
I probably would have changed out Shrifty for something else, but what do I know? I'm not a member of the Elite Four.
Shrifty must be so mad that he doesn't have actual hands. Like, I can only imagine how else... Like, look, he's got, fans for hands, and his feet are just stumps. He can't fucking do anything except with his mouth.
Especially not against a fire type.
Like, what does he eat? Ants? Does he just go over to ants and goes all day?
Of a smaller Shrifty?
Maybe, I guess survival of the fittest in that rate. Now, you would think he'd be smart enough to use Mega Sharpedo, since we got a Mega Blaziken, but I guess not.
Mega Absol was, it was hot to trot in X. Mega Sharpedo, I guess it's because Archie already uses him in this game.
Crunch bars are delicious, though, so I'm glad to see that as a Pokemon move.
Don't try and eat machines, kids. It won't end well.
Yeah, I just get all pissed off at my toaster sometimes. I just chew the hell out of it, just to let it know who's the alpha of the bunch.
Go big or go home, guys. This is the Elite Four.
The strongest of their kind, ladies and gentlemen. I wonder if the floors are superheated. I mean, assuming we are fighting on the sun.
Maybe it's just drugs pumped in through the air conditioning system.
Well, what would that accomplish for the dark type?
Get hella high.
That's true. I mean, if I'm going to be sitting here doing a super long series of Pokemon battles, then at least I'm going to make sure I enjoy it,
Mm-hmm. But the dark type does not care for your laws.
Oh, finally we get to see a Mega Absol. I thought you were, like earlier with the illusion. I was like, wow, that's disappointing, but I guess not.
Are your thoughts on this Mega Pokemon the same as they were in the X playthrough?
Yeah, it's pretty much cars. I'm okay with that, but I'm just saying.
It went back inside the Pokeball and it stopped thinking, at least until Cindy took it to a Pokemon Center. He's pretty chill for a guy who just lost. I can respect that.
And then he just picks up the chair and swings it.
When you're walking out.
Yo, what's up, motherfucker?
I guess Sydney's the champion now. Well, time to head to Ghost City.
Oh boy.
Don't think I didn't see those lanterns move back there.
Yeah, I'm watching you guys, Oh, wait, she's got a chair in the back, too. Do you think when we beat her, she's gonna throw that at us?
No, the ghost is gonna throw it at us. Remember, in the first fight with her?
Oh yeah, motherfucker, get back here.
Bit of a waste, but I'll live.
I'm sure you will, Hey, get him the take point. It's appropriate, It's been a while since we've seen Goosebumps in action.
It is appropriate for a ghost type to take on other ghost types.
Why is there only one chair? I mean, okay, maybe I understand there's, ghost, but don't you have, multiple people come in every so often? Maybe they need a place to sit?
You're here to battle, not to have tea with the ghosts.
Well, what if you bring somebody with you? Or, no, I don't think you're allowed to do that in the Elite Four, can you?
No, not unless you're like a Pokemon professor and your daughter just wants to, talk to her not crush. Okay, Phoebe's old team was comprised of Dusclops, Bayonet, Sableye, another Bayonet, just for flavor I guess, and Dusk Noir. This new team of hers comprises Bayonet, Miss Magius, Driftblim, Chandelure, Dusk Noir, and a Mega Sableye.
I'm glad she didn't get rid of Dust Noir, because he needs some action, man. You should have gotten a Dust Noir for your party, man, since you could get Dust Skulls, in Ruby and Sapphire.
No, I'm... Is Goosebumps not enough for you?
No.
You're not the same person I did the Pokemon X playthrough with.
Just, you're stunned because you realize that my tastes have evolved, mega evolved even, to the next level.
Where'd you find that Megastone? I explicitly told them not to give you that.
I learned it by watching you!
Oh, I love Magnezone so much. I can't believe there was a time when I disliked this Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of really grew on me. It's like how I really like Wobbuffet, even though he sort of violates most of my rules of must-have cool Pokemon design. But I guess it was the anime, really, that kind of got me attached to him. And with Magnezone, of course, it was the cool, robot voice that really sold me on him.
Magnezone!
Now, see, this arena looks more appropriate for the Dark-type trainer. And I get, what they're trying to do, Ghost-type Fog, shit like that. But they should have just copy-pasted. Like, you go into the next one. What, didn't we fight here already?
No, this was a dismal London evening, mate. That is the theme of this arena.
Yeah, that's the most likely place to encounter a ghost, in London.
Maybe next time don't possess, a chandelier. It kind of limits your options.
You should possess a gun, because that has a lot of options when you think about it.
Woo, it's a knife and it's floating in midair, ghost and steel type.
I wonder if a possessed gun Pokemon knows Bullet Seed.
I'd be surprised if it didn't, honestly.
That would be like one of the moves it learns from a TM, because you gotta have it know Bullet Seed.
I kind of prefer Misdrevious to Miss Magius. I think there's a bit too much going on here.
Yeah, I agree. I kind of like the pre-Evo a bit more. I think if they changed a little on Miss Magius, I think it would sell me more. So I noticed the ground has a, Pokeball, one side of it is purple, and the other side is normal. Does that mean all of her Pokemon were captured by Master Balls?
Maybe. She can battle fine, can't, capture Pokemon worth a shit.
Now, if you pay attention, Tom, you'll see my hand coming out of the monitor because I am reaching for something to say here.
Yeah, we're just basically fighting the same old fights. You guys wanted to see this, well, one or two of you did, and I couldn't really figure out how else to end the playthrough. We'll get to the wrap-up towards the end. I was going to show off Verdant Turf Town and, maybe get a few Megastones here and there, but I couldn't really justify, the length of that part. It would have been about 10 minutes long and it wouldn't have been that interesting. So here, have an oversized one in terms of length that we basically struggle for content on.
You should have ended the playthrough by illustrating all of the wonderful features of the secret base. Just make your own little hideout, and then just fade to black, you're just alone in there.
Endless loneliness. Although it's funny that you bring up the secret base mechanic, because that's what I used to bring Magician's Red, Rolling Stone and such up to the levels of our team from X, because you can download like Blissey bases. When you fight a Blissey, you get like extra EXP, and so I went up by about 10 levels per Pokemon in the space of an hour.
Oh, that's actually pretty clever. Neat thing to do.
Yeah, and there's like Japanese secret bases. I think on like the Secret Shore or somewhere, and there's like 6 secret bases, and they all have triple battles with Blisseys. It's pretty great.
You know, I just noticed back there that whenever I actually try to praise something, I still sort of sound sarcastic, and I'm totally am not intending that.
You're doing it now! You can't stop!
Oh, really? Oh, no, I did it again!
Oh, a sarcasm machine. That's a really useful invention. Had to do a bit of an awkward cut there, because for whatever reason, my 3DS capture software likes to play up nowadays, but we were talking over it, so you wouldn't have heard the awkward audio shift.
Don't worry. Here at Hellfire Commentaries, awkward is our game. Well, freezing everything, huh? That sort of sounds like a team. A team. It sounds like a team, a bad team, and you shouldn't be doing that. Please save me from this joke.
Well, maybe you'll just have to let it go.
Yeah, I know what you did there, so I'm not gonna respond to that.
Poor Abomasnow. It was ever fated to meet a fire type and just melt, really. Grass and ice, it never had a chance.
Man, Abomasnow is actually one of the most annoying as fuck trophies in Smash 4. Like, I hate that fucking thing. I really do. I hate it every time it comes up because it's so annoying to deal with.
Is there any specific requirement?
Well, you know, it just randomly comes up as part of a trophy, you know, when you're just playing some normal Smash Brothers.
Oh, well, why don't you just use Trophy Rush then to increase your chances?
Well, I suppose, but at the same time...
That would require you to bet coins, and you being the stingy fucker that you are, no way, Jose.
Yeah, I'm not betting my bitcoins on that, sorry, dude.
Okay, Glacier's old team was comprised of 2 Glalie, 2 Frostlasses, and a Whalewrine. It's a bit more varied this time around. We got Abomasnow, we got Beartic, Frostlass, Vanillux, which is the ice cream Pokemon at its fullest potential, Whalewrine, and a Mega Glalie.
Now, what I kind of wish they did, now that I think about it, since now they have different teams, obviously, for this post-game, I kind of wish they had, like, 3 or 4 teams, and then, like, every time you fought them, they rotated randomly between them to always kind of, you know, throw you off. I thought that would be pretty interesting.
That's a good idea, actually, so it just gives you more of an incentive to, like, come back.
Yeah, and just to make sure, you know, you don't build the perfect team immediately, so you can just walk through them over and over. I do like melted ice cream, I have to admit.
Really? Tough ice cream? Too much of a challenge for you?
My poor American teeth.
Welcome to Weenie Hut Juniors. How tough are you?
Man, you're one to talk over the British. We all know about your stereotypes with bad teeth.
Well, just because my teeth resemble a car crash doesn't mean everyone else is the same.
We love each other here. I don't know how a Frostlass can avoid attacks. It doesn't look very mobile, but that's just me.
It's more concerned on class than saving its ass.
Fair enough, I guess. Now, I'm pretty sure Blaziken would have just melted the whole floor by now. And it's just like the 8th gym, where all the floor panels are made of those, you know, glass, like, ice tiles, and you just fall through the floor.
Okay, I guess my Pokemon League challenge is suspended for the time being. Please send a Poke-ambulance.
Yeah, what would be the Pokemon equivalent of Lassie, who has to help people when they fell down wells?
Lapras.
Lapras, why?
It's a water Pokemon.
Lapras can't fit in a fucking well.
There's water everywhere. You don't even follow your own jokes anymore.
Well, the way you describe Lapras, you're describing him small enough to basically fit on any form of water. So Lapras could theoretically go inside a pipe and travel through to the other side, is what you're trying to say to me.
I'm just flipping you off now. It's the end of the playthrough. I don't care anymore. I'm just flipping you off as hard as I can.
See, I like how, Tom is only a voice. When he says flipping off, it sounds like he's doing insults for the visually, impaired.
Yeah, the short, chubby man holds up a middle finger. He looks resigned, as if he knows he can't take this back.
His smile and optimism, gone.
Mega clearly gets more terrifying the longer I look at it.
I really think the shiny one is way fucking creepier. Like, that's actually kind of effective in how fucked up it looks.
The blood-red eyes and whatnot.
They always have the same fences in the background, too. Like, they stole them all from London.
Oh, they get them wholesale, I guess.
I suppose. In the same place where they get the Mighty Innas, like half off.
He's 10, and you're not a magma grunt, so we're just gonna move right on.
Man, even then, reading that, it really did seem like the Magma Grunt was way older than Brendan, so...
I would say like 10 years at max.
Yeah, so I'm still not sure how to feel about that.
Okay, let's move on to the last of the Elite Four rematches with Drake, the Dragon-type leader.
Gosh, I can't tell, considering the front of his little room here.
That's like when Trico turns up and Ash was like, oh, is this a fire type?
He really said that?
I'm pretty sure he said something to that effect, yeah.
Ash.
What a tool.
So here's a man with no shirt, which is the best thing to do when you are surrounded by lava, I suppose.
Health and safety, not really a concern in such a wonderful tropical region. Drake's old team was comprised of Altaria, Flygon, Kingdra, another Flygon, because fuck originality, and Salamence. But his new team, if you'll allow me to scroll down and stall for time, comprises Altaria, Dragolage, or however you pronounce that, Kingdra, a single Flygon, Haxorus, and a Mega Salamence.
Yeah, that Dragolage, that's that algae motherfucker, isn't he?
The Dragon and... no, Poison and Dragon.
Interesting type combination, but at the same time, I'm not sure how you can make algae into a dragon. I don't know. Although, I don't know if they... do they have steel dragons yet? Because I totally want to see a fucking robot dragon. Fuck yes, bring it on.
Dragon and Steel is Dialga, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah. But, and also I still kind of want to see, calling back to Pokemon X, that Ice Steel idea we had about, like, the Frost Golem. Like, that would be fucking cool. I still want to see one of those.
Yeah, like a forgotten fifth Reggie or something.
Yeah, something like that. Sort of like a quasi-Reggie, yeah. Oh, wait, no, there's already a Reggie Ice, but he's not a robot, so I'm sorry.
Well, Reggie Ice is my favourite. Reggie Rock can go to hell.
And Reggie Steel is pretty much the best.
Oh, by God, he's down.
I'm pretty sure you could bring out a Pokemon to eat that algae, and that would that count?
Well, Gengar and Mega Gengar are both part poison type, so I doubt it would really affect it.
That's true. Yeah, I guess you would need to get something that can eat that and not be poisoned by it. Let's just demean her increased efforts with our Pineapple Man.
Her? I think you'll find
sorry.
Drake's male, mate.
Glacia's come back. Hey, I'll take over for the battle.
You just don't see gender, do you? Like, you called Goosebumps him earlier. I didn't want to say anything.
I don't see gender, I don't see race. I don't see that well, that's why I have glasses.
It turns out he can't actually see good writing, only bad writing. That's why he's so angry all the time. He just wants a good story, god damn it!
Everything is fucking terrible. Still really like Haxorus's design, even though the name is still a bit iffy for me. I still really think it's cool.
I always wanted to use Giga Impact with my Watchog to finish this thing off in my sadly abandoned Nuzlocke run of Black.
So, like, I don't know if they've shown Giga Impact in the anime. Is it actually like a Falcon Punch? Like, what would it look like?
I think it's just an impact that is Giga.
Good, nice recovery, thank you.
Well, I can tell you it's not fighting type, Mr. Get the Type wrong.
Well, you did that too. I believe you also made that mistake.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, cover up for yourself when we know you're wrong.
By God, he is down also.
Now, Tiamat just needs, like, a drop kick. I've been looking at his moveset. He only has 4 moves. He needs 5 moves of doom.
That's illegal. Stop the match. Kingdra's one of those awkward Pokemon. You can't zap it with electricity because it's part dragon, and you can't use ice because it's like part water.
Yeah, Kingdra's one of those old guys who, you're still not sure why he keeps getting work, but he's a legacy Pokemon, so you kind of have to let him.
You can bypass these things by using a fairy type move. Clamps, as Helldragon suggested, would have come in handy for a bit of that stab damage. Instead, we're going to have to settle for this.
Well, at least Goosebump is doing most of the business. Okay, that's just cheating.
You waste that full restore.
It won't save you. Now I don't need to use a full restore, because he's not almost dead. Good job, AI.
Oh, he's sleeping soundly. What a terrifying abomination.
I love how he's so happy when he's sleeping. Oh, these are nice dreams. I feel really good about this. He's having a dream where he's eating that, Draglich. That is pretty good, I like that.
Yes, I'll have this with a nice Chianti.
I wonder what other... well, they covered that, didn't they? They, made that, like, their dream world where Pokemon can go to while they're sleeping.
Oh yeah, never got around to using that.
Yeah, it seems to be a common theme. They're introducing all of these metaphysical ramifications. You can go to the dream world, there are alternate dimensions, and then they never follow up on them ever again.
Game Freak.
Yeah, that's pretty much the ditty you want to hum here. I don't know. I just really think that they should kind of focus more on that, because why have these cool concepts and then not really do anything with them?
Yeah, like customization, for example. That doesn't really seem like much, but it offers people a chance to get further into the game, to bring themselves into the game. And, player avatars, very big in games like this, especially with all the customizable teams you have as is. But no, just dropped for no reason other than LOL remake. I think that's what happened. Like, in the next mainline game, customization will be back, but they just didn't want to taint, the world of Ruby and Sapphire.
Yeah, I really hope they do bring customization back, because like you said, it allows players to get more into the world, and I always like character creation, You can't roll stats in Pokemon X, but you know what, I'll take what I can get.
The rematch of the century.
They fought once?
Yeah, have you forgotten so soon, Mr. H-Dragon?
I probably have.
The second these videos end, he basically
just dump my mental memory banks, yeah.
Yeah.
Just kind of clear my RAM, alright, I'm done.
If he was just a few centimeters higher, he probably could have avoided that.
If he was a few centimeters lower, he probably would have gotten stabbed right in the middle. Now, I wonder if you can rent those flight packs that Salamence is using, as part of maybe like a vacation tour or something.
Salamence Man. Mega Salamence Man, even. There you go, there's an episode right there.
Yeah, you would think he would have a jetpack to help him along on his shitty glider, but I guess not. Still love how the meteors are flying up, like they're saying, fuck it, I'm done with this planet, goodbye.
See ya. We don't want to hang around with a loser like Drake, who's lost twice.
We're gonna go bombard Mars, alright? At least on Mars, nobody complains.
At least on Mars, Game Freak are consistent.
Yeah, on that fancy alternate dimension Mars they never talk about.
Okay, let's go take on Steven for the second and last time. Another awkward cut.
Just running towards the light, there can be only one, accept me, God.
I'm coming for you, Steven. The real true champion has arrived.
I would quote Botchamania, but that quote involves the N-word, and I'm not going to say that on here. Well, it's about time.
Well, I will say, it's nice for them to, just acknowledge that I am in fact the champion. There was a little bit of ambiguity, but whatever, it's all good. Steven's old team comprised Skarmory, Claydol, Aggron, Cradily, Armaldo, and Metagross, but his new team is Skarmory, Claydol, Carbink for some reason, like that helicopter rock fairy thing, Aerodactyl, Aggron, and Metagross. Mega Metagross, obviously.
Just to kind of go back to what you were saying a bit earlier, how they acknowledge you as a champion, another problem I really kind of... a little bit of a problem I had with this game, is, I know it's a remake, but unlike Pokemon X, they don't kind of acknowledge your efforts as much, and that's kind of a bummer after Pokemon X actually went out their way to do that, so that's just me.
Hey, you had that big, sappy cutscene where everyone tried to be friends.
But it didn't work.
Where was my, 7-foot-tall giant who wanted to battle me with, underleveled Pokemon?
Yeah, I'm totally missing out on that.
Okay, I suppose I should ask you the most important of questions. Where would you rank Steven in terms of champions?
That's a bit tough, because, again, A, I never got to him, and B, you know, I really kind of lean strongly towards the champions of earlier games. Like, I still think Gary is probably the best champion because you had a lot of personal involvement with that. There was actually, you're involved in that in some way. Lance is a good second one, you know. I still think Red is probably the best not actually a champion fight. But beyond that, you know, just kind of put him wherever. I don't like Steven as much. I'd have to say, I just put him in whatever order, man. You know, just it doesn't really matter after that point.
You're such a Gen 2er, you know?
Pretty much, yeah, I admit that.
Steven would probably be in my top 3. Blue, to use his proper name, you gigantic weeaboo.
Oh, come on.
Blue, Steven, probably Cynthia, because Lord knows Diantha's not there, and Alda. Alda's a bum.
Yeah, you know, I will say Diantha is pretty low for me, because she's just kind of shit. Let's be honest, she's not really that interesting. I still don't know how the hell she balances all of her responsibilities. I'm gonna assume she's got like a twin sister like the movies that helps her with some of this.
Yeah, bye, Antha.
Bye, Antha. That works on multiple levels, I like that.
Okay, well, thank you, Blade Wolf.
I wonder if you held Lulicolo the right way, could you, like, shoot water out of his backside like a gun?
I do not need to hear these kind of things.
What? I'm just wondering.
I wonder if he could do a hydro pump out of his diddle hole. What the fuck?
Does Whismer shoot water attacks out of his?
Stop it! Stop it! I don't need to know about the void, okay?
I want to see now somebody zooming into that, and then it's just like X-Def is like, embrace the stillness of eternity.
I'd like to point out, it's always Helldragon making these types of classless jokes.
I am just grabbing for whatever comes on screen, man.
There's a pineapple there, mate. Grab away.
Well, not while everyone's watching.
Oh, they're only in private. Okay, Carbink. Kind of like the not pre-evolution of Diancie, but Diancie basically comes from Carbink, to the best of my understanding.
You know what, with the whole scenario, like, in the background, like, I noticed how when we were fighting him the first time, you were talking about, like, oh, well, the stairs are right there to kind of lead into the victory hall. But now there's really kind of no point. They're just stairs at this juncture.
Yeah, fucking pleb stairs. You're not even gilded.
I want to have a Pokemon battle within somebody's very posh and nice home. You know, just kind of kicking back on the couch, getting a tea, Metagross, do whatever, you know, it's fun.
Earthquake, Hyper Beam, Giga Rampact, you know. Pick, like, your favourite colour. That colour corresponds to a move. Then do that move.
Yeah, just do, like, a semaphore, you know, color code it. I could have moved at any time.
I'm flying slower, yet somehow still staying aloft.
Watch me, Steven, watch me. Still don't know how you managed to set your teeth on fire. That is a particularly impressive feat.
Well, he probably, like, barfs up a flamethrower and just, like, holds it in his mouth.
How?
It's a part rock time, mate. Don't ask me how it can even stay aloft.
I guess that is like asking dragons, well, how do black dragons breathe acid? I don't know.
You can find the fossil Pokemon, well, fossils, in, I believe, the northeast of the desert in this game. We never got around to showing them off. I guess I was more interested in, you know, capturing Regirock.
Yeah, I was interested in getting on with the fucking game, thanks.
Oh, thanks, Helldragon. I'm so glad you were the co-commentator for this playthrough. I decided to go more with speed rather than outright, you know, no death runs on this. So you could probably tell this matchup ain't gonna end in our favour.
Yeah, now we're just showing off here, you know, like, my Mega Evolution's bigger than your Mega Evolution. Well, everybody just compare them, whip them out.
I can outspeed him, I can, you know, do stab damage. I'm not gonna survive a Zen Headbutt. But we are going to end this on my terms. So, T-Zoc, get out of here.
Oh yeah, let's do it. Go for the pin.
Oh, is he? Is he going to do it? By God, no, stop! Fly and press, this Metagross has a family!
Oh my God, no! No! Oh!
That's it, folks. Good night.
Nicely done. and T-Sock has won Royal Rumble!
Well, looks like the loan shark's gonna break my legs.
Well, it's a lone Sharpedo, really.
I've got to stop betting on myself, it never pans out.
Well, I can't really stop you from going up the stairs, so go ahead.
It was fun having a Metagross from the beginning of the game. Well, I belled them, but, you know, specifics.
Yeah, that was a pretty nice pre-order bonus, I guess.
It wasn't a pre-order bonus, it was just an event Pokemon.
I mean, that's good. Like, I think it would be better than a pre-order bonus, come on.
Not really a fan of pre-order stuff?
Most of the time, they don't really do that well. Hey, let's take Goro and let's make him a pre-order bonus. Good thing I don't give a fuck about Goro.
If you were in Smash Bros, when your splash screen came up in your intro trailer, Helldragon, he doesn't care for most things.
No, when your splash screen comes up, you'd botch it, and then you go back and you do it again. NTom gets it right this time.
Hey, that's retakes the battlefield, I think you'll find.
Yeah, that's actually kind of a good one, I gotta admit.
Okay, this is our best team. The Hall of Fame, for the second time.
The second time, the more polished time. Ludicolo is still here for some reason, but alright.
I actually kind of wanted to bring in a few of our teammates from X during the first run of the Elite Four, but I think it works out better this way.
I think it would have been cool if for the second run you used everybody from Pokemon X, but oh well.
Literally everyone, get in here, we're having a 12 Pokemon team.
Hey, we're going over to Steven's place and he's buying. Can we leave? We're stuck here, aren't we? This was Steven's trap.
Usually the credits would roll here and then we'd wind up back in Little Root, but thanks to a bit of editing magic, we get to bypass that and we'll show off what happens in Little Root at the end of this part. We're going to travel west of Moorville to a place I didn't really have a chance to show off, and I believe this is the home of Wally's relatives, Verdant Turf Town. It is a beautiful place.
Well, I would certainly hope so if it's called Verdant Turf Town. Shitholeburg!
Pawsville. Shantytown's my favourite, personally.
Low income street.
Oh, Jesus. And this is just basically going to be us going hither and thither, talking to people. By the by, if you come back and look at this sign, after talking to a girl who has lost her shroomish, which I believe we'll see in a minute, you can find an intriguing stone. If you take that back, as we'll see later, you'll get a particular megastone. But I think now is the best time for us to start wrapping up and talk about our personal opinions of the game. Just strictly in terms of like a remake and such. How have you enjoyed the playthrough? Obviously you haven't had hands-on time with it, but just as a whole. Like, what do you think was done right? What do you think's missing? What do you think Game Freak still has to get right?
Well, you know, for the most part, the goal of Oris was to remake Ruby and Sapphire, and in that term, I think they were pretty much successful. I do like how, you know, again, they compressed the Emerald stuff into these main two games, so that's a good extra bonus. Although
minus the Battle Frontier.
Minus the Battle Frontier, of course. They did miss out on some things. I do like how some of the characters got updated and they got more distinct personalities. That was good. Taking out stuff like customization, though, I really hope they add that back. And I do like a lot of the new, you know, different options for, like, flying around, things like that. In terms of what they have to add, I don't know. I really, at this point, Pokemon has gone on for so long, I really think there's sort of only... It's a point of diminishing returns. There's not really a lot I feel they can update at this juncture. Just kind of, you know, do what, for the next one, do what they did in X, but just improve on everything, really. I mean, that's all I would think you could best look for as a Pokemon fan. And if they did that, I think it would still be pretty good games.
I feel, as a person who has a slight bit of nostalgia for Gen 3, I'm more like a Gen 2er than anything else, that Auras did, like Helldragon said, what it set out to accomplish and remade the games. Wasn't perfect, stuff like customization was lacking, the game is still a bit easy since you get EXP share earlier on, but that just kind of speeds up the grinding. I don't think it literally breaks the game. And, you know, stuff like Battle Frontier, I think they could have very easily put that in. The Battle Resort is a bit of a letdown. It feels too much like that one post-game town from X and Y. It's a little bit more fleshed out, so I can't fully complain. Otherwise, it's just Gen 3 with a new coat of paint. The new stuff they added, like the Delta episode, that was decent. The soaring, I loved. That's got to come back. If it doesn't, I will actually be legit angry with Game Freak because that's a wasted opportunity. HMs need to go. They just need to go. There's no point to
Yes,
them.
actually, I agree with that. HMs are fucking tired, they're busted, and there are really better ways to do it. Nobody needs those anymore. Get rid of those.
Give us, like, Pokemon-themed items, like a saw or something. That guy is a ghost, so we're just going to run the hell away. Yes, we are going to run away. And, Pikachu surfboard. Sometimes you don't need a Sharpedo to go fast.
Yeah, just kind of break the laws of... Well, I'd say break the laws of physics, but this is Pokemon, where physics are taking a field day.
So, yeah, I don't really have much to complain about in terms of, whether it was good or whether it was bad. I liked it, but I felt like halfway through the game it was leaving me a little bit cold. Then I got to, like, the primal Groudon stuff. That's where my interest started to pick up a bit, and, with all the stuff in the post-game, I did enjoy it. Gen 6 as a whole feels a little bit wishy-washy, a little bit on the tame side, but I think that's just them going into 3D. It was like what happened with the DS games. They were a little bit bland, but by the time you got to like Black 2 and White 2, they had really figured out the DS and could put the gameplay first and foremost. I'm kind of speaking bullshit to just pad out the length for this video at this point, but I had a good time with Oras. Not perfect, but these were the remakes people wanted, and they got them, so... Tell us what you would have done instead, guys. We want to hear from you.
I guess in terms of the playthrough itself, let's self-congratulate ourselves for a minute here.
Let's just spend the next few minutes jerking ourselves off.
God, I'm great. No. Well, yes, but... No, I mean, I think... I'm not sure... I think this one fared a little better than Pokemon X in the long term, because we kind of discovered new commentary tricks, and we kind of just gotta... we stopped relying so much on redoing stuff over and over. Now that we're smooth and we're more capable and we float better in water, and there's so much of it in this game, I think as a whole, the playthrough has kind of flown a little bit better. So, whenever the next Pokemon game comes out, I can only hope at that point, we sort of refine this style and kind of just take it to bigger and better heights.
Yeah, telling retakes to fuck off not only is starting to do wonders for my health, not completely there yet, but, just the enjoyment of recording, and hopefully that comes across. If it doesn't, I apologise. Helldragon Salt is still an issue. We are working on that. Mistakes here and there.
You talk like you're fucking involved. We have a program in place to cure Helldragon of his salt.
Well, you don't know that. Maybe I'm working with Devancorp. What do you think Shoal Salt is? We just take it from you.
You clever bitch. I wondered what you were doing with that.
Yeah, but we hope you guys enjoyed this. In terms of future Pokemon playthroughs, at least on the mainline games, we're probably going to take a break. If X and Y 2 comes out, we may not cover that, mostly because these go on for a while and they're not all that exciting, at least not in the ways we cover it. So maybe shorter games like Pokemon Snap or something from, that kind of area.
Yeah, I don't know if you've had an idea of what we might do next. I personally don't. So, but I'm sure, whenever we sit down, we talk something out, we can find something that isn't as long as this game, but should be entertaining all the same.
Actually, do you mind if we announce what we're doing next?
Go ahead.
We are going to be covering Metroid Fusion next, which is something we've wanted to do for a long time, actually.
Oh yeah, I remember that. He did record that, and it's up on the HF playthroughs, I believe. I've been wanting to do Metroid for a while, and since Metroid Fusion is the one with the most plot, and, more easily recordable, we decided to go ahead and do that one. So that one should be really interesting. I'm kind of interested to see how we'll be able to kind of deal with a platforming, focused playthrough.
That'll be up in June. That'll go alongside Final Fantasy, but we've come to the end of the playthrough now. Helldragon, did you have a good time?
For the most part, I did have a good time. I know I get cynical and salty, but I really do like making fun of these, and I do it because I want to make you guys laugh. Legitimate honesty, alright? So, if you guys had fun, that's fantastic, and I hope you enjoyed watching this playthrough.
By beating the Elite Four for a second time, we get the final set of starters, the Gen 4 starters, I believe. And, Professor Birch, I don't know what's wrong with you, mate. I think you need some counselling.
Is that your mom or his wife?
That's his wife, yes.
Birch, baby, what are you doing?
So, let's go and pick the only option available, and that is the one on the left, which is Turtwig, the grass Pokemon.
Why?
Because
Good enough.
you would have gone with Piplup, wouldn't you?
You're right, I would have.
It's funny because I picked Cyndaquil from the Gen 2 Pokemon, I picked Oshawott from the Gen 5 Pokemon, and Turtwig from the Gen 4, so I got one of each type.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, let me just pat myself on the bottom once again.
Birch, man, listen, if you start to think your wife is a Pokemon, you're gonna end up in the Mighty Enna house, you know what I'm saying?
Or you may be just that type of Pokemon fan, you know what I'm saying? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, hey, say no more, nudge, nudge.
Oh, jeez. We're not going to get our Pokedex ranked, because honestly, I stopped caring about catching them all long ago, but yeah, that's it. We have come to the end of the Pokemon Omega Ruby playthrough. We want to thank you all for watching this little shindig, and we shall see you all next time for Metroid Fusion. So, bye-bye for now.
See you later.